This is Twisted Metal. We're here on PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here? As with all the titles that are brought back in this way, it should be 1440p, 60 FPS. Just keep in mind that this one is letterboxed, so that will impact like the actual full scale size and everything like that, but that is how this always is. So we're starting with the beginning of the video showing off the first Twisted Metal, and then we'll switch over and show off the second Twisted Metal. They're both standalone separate games, but I didn't think there was quite enough content in just the first Twisted Metal to show that one off, so I thought I would kind of combo pack them, if that makes sense. And, I think that's a good way to do it. So yeah, these options not only have the ability to improve the resolution and everything of that, like that of the game. You can also at any point press the start button, and you can rewind. You can create save points, and there's settings too, visual presets. You do modern, classic, arcade, modern, arcade, just to change the visual aesthetic a little bit. There's also video, so you can change the aspect ratio if you'd like to. If you want square pixels, wide, zoomed, native resolution. Look how tiny it is. But yeah, they kind of set it right for every particular game, in my opinion. Sometimes you can get away with stretching them, but like most of the time, it's sort of, doesn't really work. And you can also change the region if you'd like to do that as well. So let's just show off the rewind here, for example. We have to go to settings. So start. And yeah, we're back where we were not too long ago, and we've rewinded time. And as I said, you can create a save point of what's going on whenever you'd like to. So, pretty cool, right? So if you're not familiar with Twisted Metal, this is a pretty classic, PlayStation franchise. Like, it goes all the way back, right? Like, all the way back. And there hasn't really been anything from this series for quite a while. But it's apparently coming back. Well, we're pretty confident it's coming back now, and then there's like a show that's coming out at the time of recording this. And yeah, Twisted Metal is like a vehicular combat game where you are driving around in a variety of different vehicles. Obviously, the ice cream cloud man is a big part of things, and it's sort of like this destruction type game where you are smashing stuff and causing crazy mayhem. And yeah, it's kind of simple, but like, for the time it was, I don't know, pretty well loved. I mean, there was how many of them, right? So it was definitely something that a lot of people were like quite into. I mean, it's Twisted Metal. I don't think it necessarily carries the same crazy or the same sort of prestige in the modern era as it did back in the day, just in regards to newer players knowing about it, but it's still like a pretty classic sort of thing to have. And I think I also have a video for, there's Twisted Metal Black as well, is up on the channel. That's got its own thing. But yeah, like I said, to me, it made a lot of sense to, basically do a combo pack here, just so you get an idea of both of them. You do options, difficulty, there's like passwords to unlock stuff. It's that original classic game. It is entirely. And you can play locally as well with another there, as you can see in the main menu. But yeah, this is the intensity of the combat. See, we've got the big kind of crazy ice cream truck, got that classic sort of soundtrack, the roar of the engines, the battle. I love the people in the crowd there. It's like a neat effect. Like, a lot of the games back in this time, they were kind of tricking you in terms of like the audience and the backdrops in a lot of games. It was to give the appearance of certain stuff. Like here, like we're in like a tent, right? Like it looks like a tent, but that's really just like an empty skybox, which allows the game to run better. It's actually a fascinating kind of trick, if that makes sense, because it looks like you're in a tent. So to me, that's, really, really quite a clever thing to do, is, kind of hide stuff like that. But the controls, they handle as well as a game this old, would be expected to kind of handle. But yeah, it's just kind of wild. I don't think I'm any good at this one though. I just can't believe it's been so long, because like I don't know how much I played of this franchise, but I did have some of these on like I think I had something on the PS1, and I know I had some on the PS2, but it's been, you know, it's ages. It's not something I've really gone back to, and that was a long, long time ago. No, Sweet Tooth, no! I have died, but I am back. And apparently I'm just no good at Twisted Metal vehicle action. Huh. But I am definitely trying my best, at least so you can see it and get an idea of it. But yeah, it does look pretty clean considering its age and all that. Like, it's a nice kind of like touch-up, I would say. I just want to kill like one of these things. And you get like, strangely the HUD actually takes up like a good chunk of your screen, which is surprising. I rammed into that guy and I lost. What's the point of being in a giant ice cream truck if it doesn't do a whole lot? You just kind of die. Yeah, you do 2-player deals. The 1-player contest is just like a battle of wits. Should we do the, yeah, the taxi there? Obviously, I'm just no good at this. And it loads super fast, which, I mean, is kind of logical for what you would expect in a kind of a Twisted Metal game, right? Alright, where are these guys? Where are you? Okay, I think my taxi got blown up as opposed to any damage. Am I just like not doing damage to these guys? I get like run over by the monster truck. This is like just ridiculous action. Like imagine like the initial pitch for this one. They're just like, yeah, we just want to have a bunch of cars and we're gonna have them like kind of just like run into each other and stuff and shoot each other. It's gonna be like a demolition derby and explosions and guns and, you know, chaos. We're gonna give it like a cool anarchy type name, and you know, actually that probably sounds pretty good. I'm sure that would have actually resonated pretty well with the audience. They would have been like, you know, the heads at Sony were probably like, oh, that's great, yeah, no, that sounds awesome, let's do that. I mean, I'm just kind of assuming that's what it is. I like that there's actually like vehicle damage too that you're sort of seeing. That's interesting. If you're noticing the wave kind of like stuff, like there'll be a little bit of a wave to the textures. That's just kind of how it like, again, how like textures and stuff were sort of done and rendered and stuff back in the day. It's really quite interesting, like the background context on this sort of thing. And then, you know, another game that's quite like this, that should, I think, still be on the PS offerings for classic stuff, is there's like the Star Wars like demolition derby kind of thing. It plays very similarly in concept to the Twisted Metal games, which is kind of cool if you're into that kind of stuff. Where are these guys at? Or, not guys, but where's this one guy at where I just seem to die? Maybe I'm meant to be on like a lower difficulty. Maybe I'm just not really good at the driving thing, which is, you know, it's fair. Not all of us were meant to rock the Twisted Metal thing. I could see kids back in the day getting like smashed in this. I don't know. Maybe other people were better at me than I am performing here and driving and shooting stuff. Oh, come on. I just want to blow up the monster. Like, it's taking me down, you know. Obviously, I lose. All I do is lose. Lose no matter what. Roadkill. Should be roadkill. I like the intense dude in the backdrop just kind of like overlooking. He's just like, this is the intensity that we love. Oh, Sweet Tooth. Oh no. But this is literally what the game is. You know, full price back in the day. Whoa! Sweet Tooth. I didn't even get like a... What is this? This guy is like pure terror. Okay. I don't like this dude at all. This is scary. He's really good. He's really good at shooting guys. I'm starting to think that Sweet Tooth might be a bit of a monster out here. The maniacal ice cream truck man just tearing us down. But What an interesting franchise this game is. Let's switch to the second one. So this is Twisted Metal 2, and like with the other game, once again, 1440p, 60 FPS, like with all of these classics that they bring back. This one did really take things a little bit further though, because you know you've got this larger scale of Twisted Metal action. I guess this would be closer to Star Wars, like, I think it's Demolition or whatever it's called. And then, once again, at any point you can press the start button and you can rewind time. You can save at any point, and you can do visual presets. Modern, classic, arcade, modern arcade. You can change the aspect ratio. Tiny little screen, 1:1, 4:3. And you do wide zoomed, which I think you could get away with the wide zoomed on this one, and then you can change the region as well if you'd like to. So yeah, similar to the previous entry, and I say get away with it just because it like stretches a little bit better. I mean, I don't know, for some people it's straight heresy to do this kind of thing, but you know, you do you, right? And then you got a bunch of different battlegrounds across different places. It's actually kind of wild, because this is like, what's supposed to be like Los Angeles, and they've actually got like a skyline in the backdrop where you could kind of be like, yeah, sort of a skyline of Los Angeles going on there. I'm in tornadoes. So this one is very close to the first Twisted Metal, but they did, in my opinion, amp things up quite a bit. This is Los Angeles instead of Hollywood. That's fascinating. I guess this is a specifically strange time, isn't it? You know, where there's vehicle chaos and all that. It's a very post-apocalyptic world, what can I say? But no, they've got some more vehicles, they've got some more setups, they've got some more power-up type things. It's a pretty rad battling thing. Like, this is where you'd basically, your first game was like a success, and then you just like pump out a sequel like the year after, you know, you just build it. And yeah, gaming really doesn't work like that anymore, but it was a magical time when you could get sequels so fast. You could have like a whole trilogy in a few years. Which is insanity these days, really, right? That whirlwind ability must be annoying for others. But yeah, cool cars, big chaos. Again, the local play as well. If you want to play, you know, with someone else. So you've got options. Let's see, we got the fire thing, kind of. I think I missed that. I'm gonna get the aim in on this. Oh, this one is so hard to, it's hard to, like, get stuff killed on this. That was a good hit, I think, right? Haha. Hope you're feeling the pain. Now you can enjoy. I was gonna say the hurricane, but it is a tornado. It's not a. Yeah, the pain with the hurricane. I thought that would be pretty clever there, but yeah, it's just I have a tornado ability. Oh well. Wow, you really bounce around in this one. I don't know if these games necessarily hold up perfectly, but they definitely are quite fascinating experiences to kind of behold. Yeah, it's like a sidecar. Yeah, they were definitely trying some different things. I should have just kept him there and kept shooting at him. That tornado is just like ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. Hey, look at that. We got like a construction vehicle and stuff. Did I get frozen? See, this is just like utterly ridiculous vehicular combat to the highest degree. It's just, it's such a silly but like fun sort of franchise, right? And then obviously as time went on, they did like revise this up a bit. I really am going to be curious to see what we get for like essentially a modern take on this sort of thing. Like, I think you could have fun with it in the modern era, but Might almost be like too simplistic for some people, or maybe the brand will carry a good amount of nostalgia or something. For me, it's almost like nauseating, like keep up with like the flow of the vehicles and stuff. I just keep like tornadoing around. No, I can never say that I didn't tornado enough. I guess if I just... I think I took that guy out. I don't know what it is, but yeah, pretty sure I ran that guy over. There was a few games like this. Like, this was actually like a bit of a genre of gaming for a time. I think every sort of like era and generation of gaming has like sort of big genres. Like you get like your standard games in almost every gen, but like there are certain genres that I've noticed just tend to be like perfect for like a particular time in gaming. It's always kind of fascinated me. And I think in this area, like the vehicular stuff, like there's a lot of Smash type car games. I don't think they've ever really taken off again, if that makes sense. Not as in common as they were at this time. So it's supposed to be like a destroyed city in the backdrop? I really can't tell. I'm just along for the Twisted Metal ride. Bet you didn't like that tornado, although my tornado doesn't really seem to do much. Wow, that thing has a Mr. Slam. Huh. That's kind of funny. Game over. Yeah, I definitely lost. Yeah, this is where they literally put the, Alright, Scream Dude right on the front, eh? That's Twister, Axel, Mr. Slam, Shadow, Hammerhead, Outlaw 2! Guess maybe there's like a story bit that I missed for Outlaw 1? Man, that's some low resolution. Kinda surprised they didn't, I guess you think you're getting into a remaster. It's kind of like remastering, right? So I don't know why you wouldn't... It's hard, because yeah, I guess the whole point of it is to bring back that original version, but sometimes there's like some textures and stuff where I'm like, could have maybe touched some stuff up a bit, but that's not the point of these. They're ports more than anything, but yeah, there's some low texture graphics. But hey, at least they're available, right? That's the biggest thing. It's just like making them available so that new people can check them out, or you can re-enjoy your favorites. It's awesome. I think this is a nice thing. Like, it's really cool to be sitting here, like, playing these old Twisted Metal games, having a reason to, because otherwise I don't really know what kind of reason I'd have to sit here and play these things. For some people, you know, obviously this is huge nostalgia for them. For me, it's just kind of like a cool visit of something from a much simpler time. Quaint time in gaming, right? Like, yeah, quaint time of pure destruction and chaos. That's what this is. Pure destruction and chaos. Man, that ice cream truck is like pure power and chaos is what that is. I'm sure there was a lot of people, though, back once upon a time that were like, the second entry, and they were like, this is what I've been waiting for, and that's kind of intriguing. Just like, I'm sure people wait for like new games all the time and go, oh, I'm so excited. It's finally here, and then it's like, yeah, I'm sure that was the case for all these Twisted Metal games, too. They're following, otherwise there wouldn't have been so many of them, right? But yeah, kind of a cool comboed look at these metals that have been twisted. Twisted beyond all shape and form. I wonder if that's almost a side for even more to kind of become available over time. I'm trying to think of how many there actually was. So are these like people that were driving and now they're just on foot? Like, am I supposed to roll them down? I mean, I mowed that one guy down. It was like crazy. I was like, whoa. See, this game was nuts. They did all kinds of wild stuff. They broke all the driving rules. That guy's in an ice cube. How does that even work? Isn't it like way too warm out? It's the fun type of apocalypse, where ice stays frozen. But yeah, pretty cool.